So we are shifting. I'll take one more question of the partial and then we will shift to the next theorem. So I'm sharing the screen. Just let me know if you are able to see this or not. Is it visible?
Yes,
Hmm?
ma'am.
So we had discussed till this exercise in the previous class. How do we find partial? What is the role of partial? Means how they are connected, how can we use it in polar and so on. Okay. And as I told you, the variable that you are using for differentiation, only that variable will be under consideration. Other variables will be treated as constant. I hope you are clear in that. Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I want to give you one more question. Just note down this question. This one. Had we discussed this question? Example 18.
No, ma'am.
I want you to solve this because it involves three variables and it will give you a picture. How do we treat three variables in one go? I want you to note it down. Then I'll open the blank pages so that we can solve. Noted? Now I want you to notice few things here. If you check this carefully, this is an operator. Always remember when you write like this, sorry, when you write like this, the del by del x, del by del y, that means this acts as an operator. You operate it on some function. Okay, here that function is u. And how u is defined? U is defined as log of x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. Is this understood? When you are using a square root of it, that means you are using this operator twice. Like if you remember, when you write del 2 upon del x square, what you actually do? This is same as you do this twice on some function, some u. I hope this is obvious kind of thing. I'm just giving you a glimpse of it, which you already know, right? So when you have to differentiate it, you have square on it, that means you have to use this operator twice. Now let's try and solve it. Your u is given as log x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. So you will differentiate this u. You will differentiate this u twice. So let's do it like this. Del by del x of u. That means del by del x of, I'm doing for one variable. Similarly, you will do for rest of the variables. Log x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. When you differentiate, first you will differentiate log because this is the chain rule. So when you differentiate log, it will be like this. Then you will differentiate what is inside the log. So that will be 3x square minus 3yz. Is this understood or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, you find del u by del y and del u by del z. And from seeing this, since this is a symmetrical result, I can write it in one go. What will it be? 3y square minus 3xz and this is 3z square minus 3xy upon the whole thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now see, when you add it, what will you get? When you add it, you are getting this. And this is a special expression. If you multiply this by x plus y plus z in the numerator as well as in the denominator, what you are getting? See, this identity you must have studied, that x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz is x plus y plus z into x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. This is the identity. If you don't remember the identity, you won't be able to solve it. Okay, so when you add, you have added it, you got it like this, and then you have splitted it. When you split it, you are getting this and this same. So this is cancelled, and what is left with you? 3 upon x plus y plus z. Now you have to do it second time. That means whatever operator, whatever you have right now, this is the function. You will differentiate it again with respect to x, with respect to y, with respect to z. Okay, it is done in one step. I hope you can make out. This is with respect to x, then with respect to y, and then with respect to z. Right? Now I'm doing one for you. Similarly, you can do for others. So when you are differentiating this for this, again we will be using chain rule. So this is the function. Please mute yourself. Somebody has noisy surrounding. Please mute yourself, bacha. So 3 is a constant. Use division rule. How we differentiate? So what will you get? 3 is a constant. So minus 3 and then derivative of this, right? Into 1 upon x plus y plus z square. Is this fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, when you do it for y, you will get minus 3 upon x plus y plus z square. When you do it for z, you will get minus 3 upon x plus y plus z square. So when you add it up, what will you get? Minus 9 upon x plus y plus z square. Is this question understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
How do we use more than two variables is understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So now if this is clear, I want to proceed to another system or another structure that helps us in solving the partial differential equation, and that is homogeneous part. I want you to understand the definition of homogeneous equation. A function is said to be homogeneous function in which the power of each term is the same. When you say power of each term is the same, what do you mean? You mean when you add up the powers of all the variables that are present in the function, then that value should come as a constant for all the terms. Like when you have just one variable, see how it is written. X to the power n, x to the power n minus 1 into y. So sum total is n minus 1 plus 1, that is n. Here sum total is n minus 2 plus 2, that is n. Here the sum total is 1 plus n minus 1, that is n. And here again it is n. So what you did? You have written a function fxy in this form. So this is homogeneous, right? When you have a, is this definition understood? Suppose I make it in three variables. Suppose we have this and I want to write a homogeneous function. I'm writing it like this. Suppose I have 2xy square z This is also homogeneous in three variables. How? Here the sum total is 4. Here also the sum total is 4. Here also the sum total is 4. Do you realize?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
If I have to make it for two variables, just see one example. If I have to make it for two, suppose I write fxy as 3x cube 2x square y xy square y cube. This is also a homogeneous function in two variables of degree 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? How do we write it? Whenever you have a homogeneous function, there is a way of identifying it. What we do, just check this. The polynomial function 1 is a homogeneous function of order n. If you take out x to the power n, just see, if you take out x to the power n, what you are getting? a0, a1 y by x, a2 y by x square, and so on. So what is happening? This is a function of y by x. Do you accept it? Do you realize?
Yes.
So you can always write a homogeneous function in this form. It is x to the power n phi or psi y by x. Okay? Where n is the highest order available and it is the order of the homogeneous function. For example, here what is happening? This is a homogeneous function of order 3. When you check, this is a homogeneous function of order minus 3 by 2. This is a function of y by x. Now, so this is one thing you need to understand. It is not necessary that you are getting an integer as an order. Okay? Now, I want you to focus on this also. Sine inverse root x plus root y upon this is not a homogeneous function, as it cannot be written in the form of x and y, f y by x, so that its degree may be pronounced. Do you understand why so? Do you understand the difference between this and this? What kind of function you are getting
Please
here?
explain again.
When you have sine inverse into this thing, then you can never express it in this form. Because even if you take out something, even if you take out x to the power minus 3, you are getting sine inverse x to the power minus 3 by 2 into some function, into 1 plus y by x to the power half upon 1 plus y by x square. So what is happening? You already have sine inverse applied to it. So this is not same as x to the power minus 3 by 2 phi y by x, because the expression that you are getting is not a function of y by x. It's a function of sine inverse. Okay. So when sine inverse or log or something else is involved with it, if you want to take it in the homogeneous form, we need to use some kind of substitution. Like if you have y is equal to sine inverse this thing, x to the power minus 3 by 2 1 plus, suppose we have this, not y, it should be z, half upon 1 plus y by x square. Then if you have to write it, it is sine z is equal to x to the power minus 3 by 2 phi y by x. Then you use some substitution and take sine z as u. Now u is homogeneous. Do you realize the difference? You cannot have sine or cos or sine inverse or cos inverse or tan inverse or log applied before the expression, because you can see the expression is basically a polynomial function. So sine inverse is not a polynomial function. Okay. So if you are getting something attached to the polynomial function, always use substitution. You will get to know once you solve the questions. Just a minute. Now, one very important theorem is here, which is basically based on homogeneous function. And that theorem is, if z is a homogeneous function of xy of order n, then x into del z by del x plus y into del z by del y is nz. Very simple to prove. but very useful for solving. Suppose your z is a homogeneous function. That means you can write z like this. Yes or no? You can write z as x to the power n f y by x. Okay. Now when you differentiate it with respect to x, see, you will use product rule. So that is n x n minus 1 f y by x plus xn. Derivative of this, so f dash y by x into minus y by x square. Is this okay or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, when you differentiate it with respect to y, you will get this. Now multiply x throughout, so you will get this value. X del z by del x is n x n f y by x minus x to the power n minus 1 y f dash y by x. Similarly, when you differentiate with respect to y, you will get this. Just check. Del z by del y is xn f dash y by x into 1 by x. Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now multiply, you will get this value. Now add these two values, means you add this and you add this. See what you are getting? N x n f y by x, because here you have x n minus 1 f dash y by x, and here you have this with minus sign. So these two cancel itself. What is left with you is n xn f y by x, and xn f y by x is nothing but z. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is very useful result, and you can use this result for 3 variables or 4 variables, does not matter. If u is a homogeneous function of x, y, z of degree n, then you can extend, you can introduce third variable also, and the output will remain nu. All right. Now this is one direct deduction from Euler's theorem. Suppose your u is not giving you a homogeneous function, but if you use substitution, like in the previous example I told you, if you use z is equal to sin u, right, and then you use the substitution and convert it in homogeneous, then the value comes out like this. So I want you to note it down. Note down this, note down this, and the first one in 2 variables. Then we will take up questions. I'm assuming you have noted.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just a minute.
तो मैम
Yes.
वो सब्स्टिट्यूशन वाला सही से समझ नहीं आया था.
अभी क्वेश्चंस करेंगे तब आपको समझ आएगा बेटा. Just a minute. Let me open the teaching pad. Note down a question. Verify Euler's theorem. Verify Euler's theorem for the function. Sorry. For the function u, just a minute, I'll take a small question first so that you can understand. Z is equal to sine inverse x upon y plus tan inverse y by x. Now what you have to do, you have to verify this. As I told you, sine inverse x upon y and tan inverse y upon x are not homogeneous, but you can treat it like this. Can we treat it like this? Because when you expand it, you will get something in x upon y. And when you expand this, you will get something in, they are some functions of x upon y and y upon x. Something like that, of degree 0 everywhere. Right? Yes or no? Not clear? Let me take some
No,
other
ma'am.
question. Leave it. I'll take some simpler question. Because this can't be your first question. Chalo note karo. If u is equal to sine inverse upon x plus y, then show that x del u by del x plus y del u by del y is equal to tan u. Okay. Now this is u is equal to sine inverse this means sine u is x square plus y square upon x plus y, means x square 1 plus y by x square upon x 1 plus y by x. Any problem in understanding this? This means x phi y by x. Is this fine?
Yes.
And what is this? This is sine u. So let sine u is z. Let z is equal to sine u. Now we can write z is equal to x phi y by x. And this is a homogeneous function of degree 1. Agreed? Homogeneous function of degree 1. Using Euler's theorem, x del z by del x, y del z by del y should be equal to 1 into z. Is this fine? Ask if this is not clear. Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, now we got the result in z, but we have assumed z as sine u. So what will be del z by del x? This means del z by del x is derivative of sine, that is cos u, into del u by del x. Accepted? Is this accepted?
Yes, ma'am.
So similarly, you can write del z by del y is cos u del u by del y. Now we will substitute it here. So this means x into cos u del u by del x plus y into cos u del u by del y. This is equal to sine u. Now I can shift this cos u that side and it will be x del u by del x plus y del u by del y is equal to sin u upon cos u, which is tan u root. Right? Now what was that theorem? The deduction. I want you to read that deduction again. Now what was this deduction? If you have z is equal to fu, then x del u by del x plus y del u by del y is n fu upon f dash u. Now in the question that we have discussed, what was fu? Sorry. What was fu? Fu was sine u. Right? This you have assumed as your z. So what should you get? You should get n into sine u upon derivative of sine u, that was cos u. And if you remember, you got this only. This was the meaning that I wanted you to understand.
जो नीचे वाला फॉर्मूला है वो तभी लगेगा जब नॉन होमोजेनियस फंक्शंस होंगे और उन्हें हम लोग सब्स्टिट्यूशन से सॉल्व करेंगे.
जब हम सब्स्टिट्यूशन से होमोजेनियस बनाएंगे.
ओके मैम.
Right? So I hope this formula is understood. Now let me take next question. Right, next question. If u is equal to log in most of the questions we use the substitution one only because you hardly get very direct question. If u is equal to log this, then show that x del u by del x plus y del u by del y is equal to 3. Just see, you can write u is this. So if I write eu is accepted, is it accepted or not?
Yes, ma'am.
What should be our substitution now? We should take z is equal to, okay, so from here you can calculate del z by del x is eu and del z by del y. Okay, we will keep this part. So z is equal to, I'm taking out x4, this is 1 plus y by x to the power 4 divided by x, so 1 plus y by x. So this will give us, sorry, this will give us x cube phi y by x, homogeneous of degree 3 using Euler's theorem, x del z by del x plus y del z by del y is equal to 3 into z. Now if I mark this as 2, putting the values from 2, x eu del u by del x plus y eu del u by del y is equal to 3 eu. This means proved. Right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now write next question.
1 second. Yes, ma'am.
Now, how do we extend this to second order derivative? Let's see that. Write next question. If z is equal to fxy is a homogeneous function of degree n, then show that x square del 2z by del x square plus 2xy, this is y, del x del y plus y square del 2z upon del y square Now here you are differentiating it second time. Okay. So let's see how we go about it. Since it is homogeneous of degree n, using Euler's theorem, we can say that x del z by del x right? Let us mark this as equation 1. Now differentiate 1 partially with respect to x and y respectively. We get differentiate this with respect to x, so you will get 1 into del z by del x plus x into del 2z by del x square plus y. Now you are differentiating it with respect to x, so you will get this. And when you differentiate this with respect to y, you will get x del 2z upon del x del y plus del z by del y plus y into del 2z by del y square. Ask if you are stuck anywhere. Is this fine? Now multiply this by x and multiply this by y and add. So if I mark this as 2 and mark this as 3, so what we are doing, x into equation 2 plus y into equation 3, and see what will you get. We are collecting similar terms, okay? So here I'll get just 1 x square del 2 z by del x square. And when I multiply this, here I will get xy del 2z upon del x del y, and here also I will get xy into del 2z upon del x del y. So that will be 2xy del 2z upon del x del y. Then I'll get y square plus, here I'll get x del z by del x plus y del z by del y, and the right hand side I'll get n into nz. How I got that? I've saved place. I hope you have comprehended this nicely. Is it okay or not? The right hand side is understood? Class respond please.
Ma'am, please explain the right hand side once.
Just multiply it by x and multiply this by y and add. So what will you get? You will get, I'm writing it with some other color pen so that you can see this. See what will you get? I'm writing RHS here. You will get n x del z by del x. This is your RHS. And this value is nz by Euler's theorem. So I have written it n into nz. Now is it okay?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Again we will put this value as nz. This is from Euler's theorem. Right? So what is the output we are getting? We are getting x square del 2z by del x square plus 2xy del 2z upon del x del y plus y square del 2z upon del y square is equal to n square z minus nz. This nz I have shifted to the right, this side. So that, कहाँ गया? Oh, this has come here. And when you take out nz as common, what will you get?
N minus 1 into NZ.
N into n minus 1z. And this is the result we were looking for. See? Is this understood? How do we go about it when we have second derivative?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to take one more question and then rest of the questions you check from the book and the PPT that is uploaded. There are many questions in it. Just note down next question.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, you have unshared the screen.
No.
Now it is not visible. I don't know.
It is visible on my side.
Ma'am, it's
It,
visible on my.
I did nothing. Just check if it is visible.
Visible on mine.
Okay.
Okay, I am trying to rejoin.
Okay, beta. Now write next question. If u is equal to, I'm writing the question here to save space.
Ma'am, now it is visible. Thank you.
Okay, beta. Suppose you have u is equal to tan inverse x cube plus y cube upon x minus y. Then show that show that x square del 2u upon del x square plus 2xy del 2u upon del x del y plus y square del 2u upon del y square is equal to 2 cos 3u into sin u. Question is understood? So we will do, let z is tan u. We can write it as x cube upon x phi y by x. I did shortcut. I should not do shortcut. Let me do it systematically. So I'll get 1 plus y cube by x cube upon 1 minus y by x. So this is x square phi y by x. Okay, homogeneous of degree 2. Right. So using Euler's, x del z by del x plus y del z by del y is equal to 2z. Now if we have to convert it in u, I'm doing it here, just see, z is tan u, so del z by del x is x square u del u by del x, and del z by del y okay. Now substitute all this here. So this is x ask if you are stuck anywhere. Is this fine? Now sec square is u is common. I'll put it here, and what will we get? X this is 2 tan u upon sec square u, which is 2 sin u cos u, which is sin 2u. Is this fine? This is sin 2u, okay? It's showing as if it is sin square. Just a minute. This is sin 2u. Now we are looking for the second derivative. So we will differentiate it one more time. If I mark this as 1, so differentiating 1 with respect to x and y, we obtain what do we get? We will get 1 del u by del x plus x del 2u by del x square plus y del 2u del x del y is equal to 2 cos 2u into del u by del x, and x, now we are differentiating it with respect to y, so x del 2u upon del x del y plus del u by del y plus is this fine? What I did is understood or not?
Yes,
Now multiply this by x and multiply this by y and add. So what we are getting, I'm adding the way I did in the previous question. This is x square y square plus x del u by del x plus y del u by del y is equal to 2 cos 2u x del u by del x plus y del u by del y. Same thing as we did in the previous question. Now this part as it is plus this value is how much? This value was sine 2u plus sine 2u is equal to 2 cos 2u into sine 2u. Now shift this sine 2u to the right hand side. And see what we will get. Now I'm using different color pen so that it's visible what we are doing. So I'm solving the left hand side as it is because this we need, and this is 2 cos 2u minus 2, sorry, this is 2 cos 2u sine 2u minus sine 2u. So if I take out sine 2u as common, you get 2 cos 2u minus 1, and this is sine 2u. 2 cos 2u minus 1 is what? Now we can simplify it in easier way. Just a minute. We have to prove it in a specific way. It's not only finding the answer, so we have to do it that way. This is very simple now. 2 sine 2a cos 2a is what? Sine 4a, right?
Yes.
So we can use it this way. Instead of extending, we can write it as sine 4u minus sine 2u and use sine c minus sine d formula. What is sine c minus sine d? This is 2 sine this plus this by 2. So that is sine u
3u.
cos 3u beta. Sine c
Oh,
minus
sorry.
sine d. So 2 cos c plus d by 2 sine c minus d by 2. It's like that. Is this fine?
Yes.
And this was the thing that you had to prove. Ask if anything is not clear to you. Any doubt? Actually, Euler's theorems are easy ones. It's not difficult. The only thing is you need to remember the steps. Just check this and ask if any step is not clear to you.
Ma'am, how you change sine 4u minus sine 2u into 2 sine u cos 3u?
Just
Please repeat.
check the formula of sine c minus sine d.
Okay.
Just check how you add sine a plus sine b and how you take the difference of sine a and sine b. Find out. You have studied na? Cos a minus cos b will be
Yes,
what?
ma'am.
That
Yes, ma'am, I
formula I have
got.
used. That formula I have used. Anything else? Anyone else who has any doubt? If no, then write a next question. If u is equal to sine inverse x plus y upon root x plus root y. I'm writing the question. Just note down. U is equal to sine inverse x plus y upon root x plus root y. What will be this? Please solve by the time I start my Amazon. If you are able to do, paste it in meeting chat box. Kushagra Jain is not there. Who else is not there? One more child is not there. Please find out
Shantanu Chaudhary present.
who is present. No, I am saying who is not there. One is Kushagra Jain.
Ma'am, Shantanu Chaudhary present.
Shantanu, I have not called your name, Bachcha. I'm asking who is not present. Shantanu is saying I am present.
You're not audible.
I'm not audible.
Low.
Okay. Now am I audible? Huh?